Oh boy, look at that big, bright, full moon coming over. Oh my gosh, it's spectacular. Hey everybody, I'm Stargazer Mark, and so glad you're with us to stay curious here at the American Space Museum. As every Monday, we want to teach you a little bit about backyard astronomy, things that you can do right in your own backyard and maybe the light polluted skies of a suburb or downtown city even. Of course, you can see the moon everywhere, and here's the beautiful moon rising over the South Holston Mountains, where I lived 35 years in East Tennessee. When you see the moon rising on a full moon here in September, it could have colors of orange like this because of the atmosphere. And as it gets higher up, of course, it's going to get brighter. But I'm here in my backyard. I got my nice lawn chair. I got some snacks with me. I got my star chart so I can check out a few constellations with my red flashlight here. With the red flashlight, it doesn't dilate your pupils. Your pupils don't contract with under white light. They don't under red light. They dilate out to see as much of the sky as you can see. Get those eyes wide open to see all you can, but it's not so serious with the moon. But today we're going to talk about that full moon of September called the corn moon. It is the harvest moon in some areas. Harvest moon can be November and October also. And the hunter's moon can be in October or November, kind of depending where you're at and how late in the season the full moon occurs. Here it is right in the middle, towards the end of the month. So we're going to call it the harvest moon and the corn moon. It's also the equinox moon, is the first day of autumn, is around September 22nd. So we're going to show you, though, some little with some graphics about the moon illusion. Look how big that moon looks when it's near a mountain, a building, coming up the ocean. It looks just awesome, like this picture here coming up again over a set of trees in there. Today we've got with us Marty Winkles handling the audio and helping with the camera. Jessica Galloway is our Trekkie tech. She's behind the engineering of showing this Stay Curious program, our special Stargazer Mark, with as much interest and graphics as you can get. It's cutting edge here, just like we try to do at our nonprofit here at the American Space Museum. So when you see the moon rising in September here, it's going to rise about 7:30 p.m., somewhere around there. The sun is, of course, going to set around 7:30 because that's why it's a full moon. It's just the opposite of the sun, and the full face of the moon that we see is illuminated. As the moon rises higher up over the sky, and you see it juxtaposed against things like palm trees and other trees, it looks big in our mind, whether it's full or not. This is a gibbous moon a few days ago, as the way the moon looked. And why is that looking the way it does? Jessica, that's okay. We've got these black circles there are showing you the inside circle. The circles around it, would you believe that the circle inside is the same size in both of these artistic displays, with the center circle and 4 circles around it, or 5 circles around it? Both those center circles are the same size. That's the illusion we're talking about, something in our minds that takes over. Just like this graphic shows you, the parallel lines that we look at, like converging lines down a highway, or the telephone poles on each side converging to a focal point in the center, creates an illusion. If this is the moon rising, the closest one closest one to the horizon there actually looks larger than the one a little higher up. This is part of this illusion that we really don't understand. I've read 2 books about it. It's a lot like looking at, of course, a wheat field here, or a field with the clouds and so forth. The clouds in perspective look like they're jammed up, all right, and on top of each other in the distance, but actually they're as far apart as the ones in the high overhead there. And it's sort of the same. Do you see a vase here, or do you see the profile of 2 people looking at each other? This is this illusion of the moon. It's so fun to play with in our minds and have fun during full moon time. Like here's another beautiful shot of the palm trees. Makes that moon look gigantic, but yet you can always cover up the moon with your little finger at arm's length. Will always cover up the moon. It's only a half a degree across, and I reinforce this all the time, that the moon is a half a degree across, like this young lady's showing there, can always be covered up with your finger, but you can have fun with it. You photographers out there, there's all kinds of cute ways to get the moonrise, doing fun things like this young woman is holding the moon in her fingers. And of course, the beautiful pictures and imagery you can get during the full moon, or a couple days before moon, or even better because you get more ambient light, like this child playing in the Atlantic Ocean. Or this is a statue of John Hancock in my hometown of Hancock County, Findlay, Ohio, at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock somewhere, right? And there I juxtaposed the moon as it was rising behind old John Hancock in the county courthouse of Findlay, Ohio. And I went backwards there. And again, the moon is just a dazzling thing to look at across the ocean water, wherever you're at, across fruited plains, your mowed yards, golf courses, all great places to get this moon illusion. And many photo opportunities are involved with the moon. And of course, the tranquil moonrise and getting people in your pictures is another way to emphasize and enjoy the moon. And with today's digital equipment, you know, it's easier to get pictures than in the old film days like an old stargazer like myself. But one thing you want to make sure that you get in your pictures as I'm looking at the moon there rising on the Atlantic Ocean is you want to expose for the dark areas of the moon. Make sure that moon has got the dark maria, the lava seas that are frozen over the moon. Otherwise, it just looks like a bright flashlight in the sky. So we are going this way. There is our moonrise over the scenery here. Hope that you go out and catch a little bit of this full moon fever and take some pictures for yourself, or just enjoy the moonlight. Like I always say, you can't get too much of this kind of moonshine, right? So hope that you get out and enjoy every full moon. They were so important to our Native Americans. That's why they gave them these names. The full moon of November is the Beaver Moon, because the beavers are very busy getting their food for the winter and all that sort of stuff. It's logical that they were named after the season, okay? We might name a full moon in modern times of April the lawn mowing moon, because we're out mowing yards for the first time. So look up, the almanac always has the good full moon names out there, and it's just fun to get out in the moon and play a little bit in the moonlight. And because after we see the full moon, it rises about 50 minutes later every day. So if it rises at 7:30 today, it'll be right before 8:30 the next night, and the 2 nights later it'll be close to 9 o'clock at night. So the moon's moving out of the night sky, the evening sky, and astronomers kind of like that because the moon does interfere with some of the faint fuzzy things we look at through telescopes. And definitely the full moon's not the best time to see detail on the moon, because it's like noon on Earth when all the details washed out by the sun high overhead. So hope that you enjoy a photo opportunity or two. Go out and check out that big full moon rising in the sky, and send us a photo. We'd love to post a photo that you've taken of the moon rising up and showing a moon illusion wherever you live. We'd love to put that on our Facebook and show off here on Stay Curious. So until the next time that we get out in our backyards, every Monday we're trying to do this backyard astronomy with Mark, and we hope that you enjoy that. And we're going to have many more programs like this, just simple to use. Everyone's got binoculars. Get them out and check out some moon surface this tonight and the next few nights, all right? You won't regret it. So I'm Stargazer Mark, and on behalf of the American Space Museum and our Stay Curious program, we hope to see you again in our museum or on our Stay Curious platforms live to bridge the space between us. See you again. I'm going to go back to getting some moonshine.